Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tina Kvergic, and I am Northern Stamper. I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located just east of Toronto in Ontario. So I am glad you are joining me today. It is kind of a dreary day today in Ajax. I don't know about you. How's the weather by you? Comment below. We all like to talk about the weather. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Today we are using the Frame Florets stamp set. This is the stamp set we're using today. And we are going to be making a great card on this today. It is actually, the stamp set is found in the mini catalog. If you don't have one, if you don't have a demonstrator, you live in Canada, drop me a comment or an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. I'd be happy to send one out to you. So it's in the mini catalog. Let's take a look. And it's on page 65. Now, I've been using the bundle this month, which means it is a stamp set and a die that you can use to cut things out with. But today we're just going to be using the stamp set. And the colors you're going to need, if you're going to join me, is some kind of yellow or any other color that you like. And I'm using Blackberry Bliss. So hopefully you have those close by. Now, there is packages that I do send out, and I will go through and show you what we will be using, and you can follow along. But first of all, I have to thank Joan. Sorry, this is a little late. So Joan sent me this absolutely stunning New Year's card, and it's got like little triangles on it. It's very cool. So I very like it. I like it a lot. It's a very interesting design. I've been watching it for a while, looking at it for a while, trying to deconstruct it and everything. It's quite exciting. So thank you for sending that to me. If you have any questions, you can always drop them below in the comments, or you can always email me, northernstamper@gmail.com. Now, you want to join my newsletter this week because I've got something quite exciting to show you. I'm very proud. I've made a card, but it is just a little different, and I'm going to be showcasing that in my newsletter this week. So you are going to want to check it out. It is really, really cool. I'd show it to you. I'm just so excited about it, but I'm going to keep it for the newsletter. Don't forget, check the link above. They have new and exciting new events coming up. I've posted them up above, and that takes you to my events page, so you can scroll through each month and see what I have coming up. Don't forget, it is still, you can get a great deal on the starter kit. Now, they offer you different options, but I truly believe option number 3 is the one that you want to go for. Choose $225 worth of Stampin' Up! Goodies. Pay only $135, and I highly suggest getting the large cut and emboss machine if you don't have one. I did a video on this, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, about what to add to your kit. So if you add the large stamp and emboss machine, so it's regular $170, and then you add some more goodies on top for $225, and you only pay $135. So there you go. There's a giant deal right there. And so then what you do is your first order, which you get 20% off, is you order some goodies and stuff like that. And it's, in the long run, there is a lot of benefit. I got to tell you. So there have been some times that I've ordered, and then I find out that I've received some credits, and it was like, I just keep getting so much free stuff that at some point it gets a little bit, quite a bit. So I got a lot of stuff for free that I qualify for, so it is worth it. Plus, during January and February, if you order with your first order, you get celebration items. Don't forget that. All right, are you ready to get started on our card for today? Give me a thumbs up. I'd like to know if you are all prepared, got your inks. That should give you some time to grab those inks, and I will put you up on the camera now. No, so are you ready? All right, let's go. Okay, I'm going to take you for a little stroll here. Oh, look at that. There's all my stamps there up on the wall. Okay, if you don't like roller coasters, close your eyes for about 2 seconds, all right? 1, 2, 3. We're going on a ride, and whoops, there we go. Okay, whew, that was a close one. All right, you can open your eyes. Oh, well, my goodness, that was quite a ride. So, as I said, my name is Tina Kvergic. If you can't remember that name, don't worry, that's okay. northernstamper@gmail.com is always the best thing. Most people can't say my last name, they just call me Tina, but you could always call me Northern Stamper. It doesn't matter, just as long as you call me. So, are we ready? So, I've got my little case. I've got my framed florets. Okay, and what we're going to do in this one, there are quite a few pieces, so hopefully you have them all, okay? There is a Blackberry Bliss. This is going to be our card base, and what you're going to do is you're going to score it at 5.5, so that the rest of it is going to be, it's only a half front, so that's what you want to do first. So this is Blackberry Bliss, and this is our card base, okay? So you want that. And now careful, in your package there are some items, so there is a piece of basic white, so that will go on the inside, so you'll see that fits nicely in the inside, okay? Now there's a piece that goes on the outside. Now what we're going to be doing, it should already be cut to fit in here, but we are going to be cutting it 2 more times, and we're going to split that apart, so make sure that you have that right there. So let's just make sure we have this all in the camera. So make sure that it fits around on the frame. There should be some scrap, little piece of basic white. If you don't, you can grab some of that. That will be our sentiment. There's a piece of the new designer series paper that you can get from Celebration. I love, love, love this paper. It is fantastic. If you don't have it, it's definitely one to get. So that is going to fit on here. And there is some, should be some twine. I love this kind of twine. It looks kind of country-ish to me. So, and a little bit, you should have a couple of gems left over. So let's get started with the easy part first. So as you can see, the white that was on the inside, this just fits on the right-hand side. So let's glue that down so we don't lose that. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down with some glue that wants to work with me today. And we're going to pop that on the side there. Now this is a really simple card. And I like this because it kind of takes the vertical of the flowers in some of the DSPs. Now your DSP may be slightly different, but it's all from the same thing, so it should fit on the side there like that. So pop that on, and we'll get going on that, okay? So I wanted to use the vertical space. Now this is going to now be mounted into the card base on the inside. Okay, I'm going to pop that on the inside. And I want it to have a nice frame all the way around. I like it when it has a nice frame. I don't know about you. So when I close it, it should be, you know, there might be a little bit of white, but that's okay. So there we go. So that's on that one side. Okay. All right, so that is pretty well it. We're just going to hold on to this and put this off to the side for now. Now we won't lose anything, so that's great. What we want to do is we are going to cut this piece of basic white that is on the front. Now, if you measure it, it is 2 inches. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to turn it, and I'm going to make it a square. So 2 inches. Oh, let's double check. Yeah, 2 inches. And then, all right, another 2 inches. Okay. Now, there is a piece that is a little shorter, and that is going to be in the middle for us. Or if you want, you can have it at the top or at the bottom. So this is what we're going to have. We got 2 inches up there. Got 2 inches down there. Now, because it's still tight, what we're going to do is from the 2 larger pieces, we are going to take just a smidgen off, okay? So I'm going to put those 2 together, and I'm just going to take a little bit off. I'm just going to take maybe 1/4 off so that I can have some space in between. So it's up to you how much space you want to leave. So I'm going to have it in the middle, and one on the top. There we go. And one on the bottom. So it is nicely spaced out. So it does have a little different on the center. You can always change this around and have the two like that. And but you need to decide on how you're going to do it first before you start stamping, because that's going to make a difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have the smaller one, whoops, there we go, in the center like that. Okay, so I'm going to keep these off, and we are going to take our framed florets and our colored ink. So I have Crushed Curry and Blackberry Bliss. Those are the two colors that I am going to be using today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use this flower for the large ones, and maybe we'll add in this one for the smaller one. Okay, so let's get that started. And I'm going to start with the Crushed Curry, and it's going to be on these two on the outside. And can you guess where the Blackberry Bliss is going to go? Yeah, you're right, in the middle. That's where it's going to go. Okay, so let's get those on. You can see how much I've used these. These are kind of, they do change a little color sometimes. So this is a bit red. That just it's just from the ink, but it's okay. You can see which ones I've used quite a bit. And yep, this is one of the ones I've used a lot. So I'm going to ink this up. Okay, I'm going to move those off to the side because I'm going to be stamping so it kind of comes off on the page a little bit. So that, I'm going to turn it, I'm going to and put it on an angle, and so most of the flower is going to be on the, whoops, on the Blackberry Bliss, on the basic white. I once had a friend that tells me that yellow is the color of happy. So I'm using that, the yellow for her today. Okay, so I'm going to be stamping, but this time I'm going to turn it the other way so that it is on the other angle. There we go. Pop, and pop that off like that. Oops, can you see? I know it's a little hard to see. It looks fantastic on that little bit of card. So this way we don't have to color it today. We're just using the inks itself. Okay, all right. And what I'm going to do is pop those off to the side. Now I'm going to stamp this one with Blackberry Bliss. See, whoop, whoop, Blackberry Bliss. Love this color. Love this color. Give me a thumbs up if you love this color too. Oh my goodness, it is like one of my favorite colors. So give me a thumbs up if you love this color. Okay. All right. Okay. So you can choose whichever flower that you want from here. I think I'm going to choose this one, because I think it kind of matches with this large one. I'm going to use this one across. You can always use these little ones, okay? But I'm going to use that. Again, pop it on a block. There we go. Place it on there. Now, sometimes people say that they get the ink pads and they kind of go a little funny, little blobs or stuff. I don't think you can see it, but don't worry, it still works. Okay, I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to put those out of the way because I don't want to stamp on those. I'm just going to go straight across on this one piece, kind of center it. Oops, there we go, it's stuck. Now, doesn't that look fantastic? Whoa, look at that. Whoop. I think the yellow and the Blackberry Bliss work really nice together. And the reason I chose those two colors is because I wanted to pick up the purple from this loosestrife in here, and the yellow from this one with the little flowers in there. So that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's get these kind of on the card front. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And you can see how they're going to come together. Oh, that looks fantastic. Oh my gosh, that looks fantastic. Okay, if you want them closer together, that's fine. I'm just going to try and have them so that they are roughly about the same distance apart. And I'm not going to move these. I'm going to take one off at a time. And I think I need another hand. Willow, come give me your paw. Okay. Anyways, going to put that there. Have that hold that down. And going to put a little bit of adhesive. I really like Seal Plus. This is my go-to #1 adhesive. I love Seal Plus. Okay. Even though I have Stampin' Seal, this Seal Plus is my go-to, and I have tons of it in my in my stash. That is my number one. Okay, I'm going to add that to the back. You know what? Let's pop this up on dimensionals before we glue that down. Let's actually get this on dimensionals. Okay, there we go. We're going to add that. I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals and put that right in the middle so it got some, there we go, some design. Now we have our twine. What you could do is you can either make a little bow if you want, or before you glue this down, you can wrap it around this if you like. It is totally up to you. Like say you wanted to do that, or this, or that, something like that. Let's try and make a little bow. I'm just going to double it up and make a little bow today. There we go. Oops. I want all the loops to go together and go through. Come on. Okay, so sometimes we need to practice our bow making. There we go. Let's try again. All right. Double it up. Oops. Duck that one under. Is it not working? All right, come on. You can do it. Some people tell me that they have a hard time making bows, and I was like that for the longest time until I had to make 150, and guess what? I became an expert. All right, there we go. I made the bow. And I think I'm going to place that. I don't know, maybe I'll place that a little later and find out. We want to add a sentiment, and what we're going to do, we're going to stamp that sentiment. So I got my bow, got my embellishments. I'm going to put those off to the side. Whoops, hey, it just popped right off. So I got my sentiment. I'm going to put it on here, and I'm going to use one that kind of goes, is kind of long. So I'm going to use this one, or I could use celebrate, but I want one that is long, because I really don't want to cover up too much of what I've stamped. Okay. Let's just use, you know what, I really like this saying, just a little reminder that you are loved. I love that, that stamp. I think it's a good thing for us to always remember. And I'm going to put this on block G. Look at that. It fits right on there. Perfect. And I'm going to stamp that. Where'd my ink pad go? In Blackberry Bliss. Okay. And I'm going to stamp that. Ink it up. Don't forget, pat, turn, and double check if you want. You could always stamp on a piece of paper and just double check. And let's see if I can get this straight on the first try. Oh, I did. How exciting. Okay, I'm going to cut this off. All right. Now, let's cut this off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Do a little cutting. There we go, so you can see. And I'm going to flag the ends, because I think that's going to add just a little bit of design. You can always use your scissors to flag, but I love it when Stampin' Up! Comes out with a punch. Oh, this is a little old. That's okay. I keep it because this saves me like a ton. So when you find a punch you like, make sure that you grab it and use it quite a bit. Okay, there we go. I think the cat is digging in the recycling bin, so maybe she wants to make a card too. Now, the reason I chose the longer one is because I'm going to place it kind of in between the two spots here, right here, but I also want it to kind of overhang to kind of hold this closed a little bit. So where are my dimensionals? Going to get that. Oh, you know what? I'm glad I didn't glue that down. Because it's going to kind of go across, remember, only glue on one side. Okay? Not all the way across, otherwise it will close your card. Right? So I'm going to put that on. There we go. So it kind of holds it closed a little bit. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put the ribbon or the twine right there. I think that's going to look really good right there. Okay? And I'm going to keep that down. That's going to go with these glue dots, which I like to call convincing dots, because I like to convince where it's going to go. All right, going to pop that on there. This is a really simple card once it comes together. Look at that. And we can put a little bit of embellishments on there. Maybe I'll just do one or two. Maybe I'll just do, kind of pop that in there. Guess I could always do another one. Where could I put that one? I don't know. Over here? Yeah, there we go. That looks really nice. And if you want, you could always use Wink of Stella. Don't forget, add Wink of Stella. I love this little $11 piece. I've used so much. There we go. Add that to some of the flowers. And our card is done. I think that turned out really lovely. Really lovely. I like that. Very simple. Very simple. Using some of the designer series paper. As I said, I took advantage of this one because it is more vertical. And I wanted to use and showcase the height of this flower in this card. I love the two different colors that pick up the designer series paper. Don't forget, this paper can be found in the Celebration catalog and as a free item when you purchase $60 or more. And I think I have about 12 packages of this. I think it is one of my favorite. So Dainty Flowers, there we go. It's got a lot of fantastic, if you like flowers, it's got a huge, fantastic array of designer series paper selection. Or you can choose a stamp set. They've got so many great things in here. I just love it. This one's really cool. I did get the design day of the farm, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to make with it. It looks really fun. They got a lot of great designs. I love choosing the designer series paper because you can always do so much. Now this one, Favored Flowers, I'm going to be creating some cards with that this week. I have some friends coming over, and we're going to be I'm going to make some cards with this, and I'll showcase on my my page that you follow. So anyways, I hope you will create a card. Don't forget to post it. I'd love to see how yours turned out, and I hopefully you have a great day. And you know, I don't know about you, if it's dreary, you know what, don't take a chance, just stay inside and craft. Anyways, have a great day, and I will see you next time from Northern Stamper. Love ya!